Hey everyone. So, I'm a married woman. I wanted to first and foremost, before I got into anything, to say thank you to everyone for their kind words and their well wishes and their prayers and their blessings. Thank you. That was just very, very touching. Also, Claudine, that poem was, there were no words. I was so choked up listening to her. I will link the poem that she read to me and Pete down below. It was so sweet. See, I'm still overwhelmed. And then Debbie, Skirty too, who everybody knows. Look what she sent. And I love hearts. Hearts are like one of my favorite things. Heart jewelry. I absolutely just love hearts. And I thought that was so sweet and kind. I was so shocked. You know, Pete's mother said to Pete, "Oh, Chris-Ann has a package." I'm like, I do? Because I give my mother's address because it's easier. So, Debbie, that was such a nice thing, and you thought of me, and thank you, truly. So, I was going to do the makeup that I wore for my wedding day, and, but I thought, this is it. This is what I wore. I kept it so simple. I thought, why am I going to even, I could just tell you the products I used. Why am I going to show you when it's like 2.5 colors, I want to say, on my eyes. Well, maybe 3.5 colors. I had the Lucky lashes on. I really wanted to keep it really simple. I didn't want to look back on my pictures and say, you know, like, what were you thinking? Seriously? I didn't want to think that. I just wanted to look like me, but, you know, pretty. You know, I didn't want to do a smoky eye in case then I would look like, you know, I had 2 Sharpie dots. I didn't want that. I was, you know, I really wanted it just to enhance what I have. That's it. More power to the women that really glam it up and, you know, do the whole entire, you know, contour, highlight, all that. I did very little. I didn't want to look like a glitter disco ball. I just wanted to look like me and not be super made up. The hair, my hair never comes out the same, so it's kind of similar to what I have now, but, so, let me get into the products I use, and then I will tell you about the wedding, and, yeah. So, what did I do? The wedding started at 6, so we had to be there about 5:30. We actually live like 8 blocks from the place we had it. So everybody got ready earlier. I got in the shower 1:30, 1:45. Got out of the shower, I put my hyaluronic acid on, and then I bought the CeraVe moisturizer with the pump. Applied that all over my face. Let that soak in. Then I went to, don't ask me what, the Cover FX Anti-Aging Primer. I don't know. There's something special about this. If I will do a full review, but I put this on. I've used this quite a few times. And it's silicone based. It feels that way. I don't know. It lessens the looks of fine lines on my face, especially like under my eyes. I don't know. I will do a full review though. I really like, so I let that set 5 or 10 minutes. Then I went in, did another crazy thing too. I went in with the L'Oreal Visible Lift Blur foundation, and mine is in the color 204, Creamy Natural. And then I took my Cover FX drops, and that's an N20. I put like 2.5 drops of that. And I applied this to my face, and I had used the Armani corrector under my eyes. And for some reason, I went all the way up under my eyes with this, with my foundation. And I actually really liked how it looked. Yeah. I used a wet beauty blender And then I repurposed my old one. So as soon as I was done applying the foundation, I went over and pounced under the eyes. Like any of the spots that, like, you know, where foundations can, like, you know, seep and settle. Went over with the Dry Beauty Blender. I actually sometimes like using this dry. I don't know why, but I do. So, I let that set, went to my eyes. I used Painterly Paint Pot. I used my Brulee from Wet n Wild all over as usual. Then I went to my L'Oreal. That's just my air condition, of course. I used this color, and then I mixed that color with in the chocolate bar. This one, I don't know the name of it because I hate the plastic thing that it came with. And I used an E35 from Sigma. So, all in here went into my real crease. Then, this seriously is how simple the makeup look was. I went on my lid with mousse, and I went up into my crease and blended. I used an e.l.f. dollar. And then I went into my crease with the MAC 217 just to blend that. And then on the outer corner, which you could see maybe slightly, I used Truffled. Yeah. Underneath the lash line, for a little bit of definition, I used the mousse again. Mascara, the Zoom Lash by MAC, and then the Lucky False Lashes, which I wear in a lot of my videos. They are the most natural, but they add something. And that was my thing. I didn't want to have this full-on glam that I'd have to worry about. I knew if I kept it really simple, I wouldn't have to be running in the bathroom to make sure I don't look like a crackhead. Liner. I am loving the Makeup Forever. I used it in the color brown. And then I used the Rimmel in the lower waterline. Stayed. Then to my face. Once my face was dry, I don't like to set anything, whether it's concealer or foundation. I don't like to, if there's a little bit of tackiness, I wait until it dries, as long as I have the time. I set it with the Laura Geller Balance and Brighten. Under my eyes, I went with the Ben Nye Cameo Powder. Let's see if I can show you what this looks like. And I used a Gosh No. 4 eyeshadow brush. It's like a pink. And I used very, very little. I didn't want it to, like, settle. Contouring. I did very little, as you can see, very little. I used my NYX palette. This is the contour. This is the bronzer. This is the highlight. I didn't want to look like a glitter disco ball, you know, like, that's all you could see. I didn't want to look like that. Then I went in, Carolyn from Miss Flip Flops and Pearls, you'll be shocked. I went in with the Mood Exposure Blush from Hourglass. Love this stuff. Look at the dent. But then on top of that, I put the Clinique Plum Pop to add a little pop of color. Lips. I use the No. 4 from Milani with Whirl. So I outlined my lips with this, filled my lips in with Whirl, and then on my lips themselves, I have the N No. 9 from Makeup Forever. This is the lipstick I just got. And what I did was I kind of just put this, like, more like in here, like didn't you know, go around like that. Like a real soft, natural color. Eyebrows were Anastasia. And then my final thing was, I buffed in, I made my own concoction of Ben Nye banana powder and the Cameo, which it then looks kind of like that. And I buffed it from that technique that Wayne Gosh uses with an It Cosmetics brush. I got this, it's a C3275. I got this like in a Today Special. And I used this to buff. And then in the end, I sprayed the MAC Fix Plus, and then let this dry, and then the L'Oreal Infallible. And I will say, my makeup, other than my lips, look the same exact way from, let's say like 4-ish, around 4-ish, and I got home at 11. So my makeup looked the same except for my lips, which had come off. And we were so, you know, trying to go see everybody and go table to table that this was my savior. If this is the L'Oreal Long Lasting, I used the lip balm. And thank God my lips have color to them. So, because there were pictures at the end of the night, and my lips looked shiny, almost like I had something on. Thank God. So, the wedding, we got there about 5:30, and my nose had been running like a sieve all day. So my nose was red. My allergies, obviously, have been killing me. And thank God my eyes weren't watering, though. I was happy about that. It was just the nose in a constant run, like a faucet. So, I had prepped my girlfriend Tracy to hold a bunch of tissue. And so before the ceremony started, I touched up with some concealer and powder. And, you know, I didn't actually, after a while, I didn't think about it because we were so busy. So, the wedding started at 6. And then about 6:40, we went to the ceremony. And there was no grand entrance or anything like that. When she was ready, you know, my girlfriend and I walked over, and Pete and his brother walked over. You know, I didn't want any of that. And then, you know, she really customized the ceremony to us. You know, kind of told our love story, you know. And then we said our own vows, and I was really good. I got choked up a little bit, you know, saying them, and then, you know, and it's funny because I wasn't nervous at all. Like, not at all. Like, until we got up in front of everybody, and then that feeling, you know, because everybody's watching you. I was more nervous the week before when a friend of mine had asked me to speak at his AA celebration than I was at my own wedding. Like, I just wasn't, I was vibrating when I was speaking. And you could hear it in my voice. I was like, you know. So, Pete memorized his vows, which I didn't want to have to worry about not remembering something. So I said, well, I'm just going to read it. He memorized his, and it was beautiful. And it was weird because it was just like me and him were talking to each other and nobody else was there. Very weird. I turn around, you know, when it was over, they announced us, and I look over because I had the kids' table right next to, we were in like the middle, and my kids were like right next to us. And there's my daughter Katie crying, smiling. And she said to me, I don't know what happened. I got so overwhelmed. So cute. So we went right into the first dance, which was, we danced to the song You and Me by Alice Cooper. And most people don't know that Alice, well, once they find out that it's him that sings it, they're like in shock. He did have slow songs. He did 3. And that song is like real, it's a very simple love song. He wrote it to his wife. And that is really us, you know. Then the toast came, and then it was dinner. So dinner, we had a buffet. So we had a big salad, like dinner rolls, chicken franchise, eggplant rollatini, sausage, peppers, and onions, gavadelli and broccoli, penne and vodka sauce, roasted potatoes, I don't know if I said that, calamari, and then we had carving stations of filet mignon and lamb chops. So we had dinner, and that was probably the last time I sat until like towards the end of the night. Thank God I remembered to bring my slippers. My feet up till yesterday were still hurting. The soles of my feet were so sore because I was on my feet from, let's say, 5:15 till 8 when we sat down for 15 minutes. I took my shoes off at 8 and put my slippers on, but then I had to put my shoes back on. We had dedicated songs to each other. Like I had said, I dedicated I Could Not Ask for More. And he had dedicated Billy Joel. And let me just make sure I get this right. And so his song was, he wanted She's Got Away. The DJ played Just the Way You Are, which either song to me is beautiful, but he's like, She's Got Away is really, truly how I feel. He said, that song is beautiful. I said, well, that was meant to be played. So he says, well, I have to play, She's Got Away. So on our way home, he played that to me. He danced with his mother to Time of Your Life by Paul Anka. I did really well. No tears. I was okay. I knew my father was there. And it was amazing. It went so fast. That's the mind. It just blink of an eye when it's over. And I mean, like, you try to get to see everybody. I went to the bathroom once. So this L'Oreal product, thank you, L'Oreal. I had this lip balm. I brought makeup with me. I brought stuff to touch up. I never got in there to do that. I just didn't. It was just blink of an eye. I know whoever is married will know what I'm talking about. It's like, boom, it's over. And we aren't fast dancers anyway. We cut our cake to You're My Best Friend by Queen. As you can see, we love rock and roll. It was amazing. We got the pictures already. We just don't have the disc. My son is going to help me make a video from the pictures. But we'll be going on our honeymoon Friday. We leave to go to the Outer Banks in North Carolina. So, Susan, Carolyn, I won't be that far from you. Well, I am, like 3-4 hours. But anyway, I'll be in the same state as them. So when I come back, my son is going to, once we get the disc, he's going to try to help me to create a video. He takes film and editing or something in high school. So I had asked him if he'd help me, and he said yes. So eventually, at some point, you will see the video. But it was just amazing. I just wanted to come on and say hello and thank you all. Even Pete said to say, hi, girls, and to thank you all so much for your well wishes. Like, I read a lot of them to him, and, then Claudie seeing her video, and Debbie. I will link Debbie's channel below, too. Just the kindness, it's humbling, So, any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Oh, and as long as the Wi-Fi works in the house that we're staying at, we will do the husband tag. We were going to do it prior to him being my husband, but time didn't allow it. So as long as Wi-Fi, so next week if you see a video, that will be the video. Anyway, if you don't see the video, then you know the Wi-Fi is not working. So I thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're having a great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.